Hey, good morning, y'all. So, you know what? Whenever you look to change your habits, remember that there's things that you already have in your mind that are in opposition to it. Okay? You might not be aware of it. You know, there's this struggle oftentimes on the inside to where we're like, I want to lose weight, but I find it difficult, or I keep falling back or going back. And those things are because of a belief system that we're not aware of. One of those things I've found to be really common is this idea that what is bad is really good. For example, this has happened many times before. Well, I'm speaking with someone, whether it's a client or not, and we start to discuss nutrition. And I might ask oftentimes, like, what are those things that you already know to do right now? Like, you know, to get an idea of their awareness level and for me to understand what I'm walking into, where we're starting at. And that gives me a lot of insight as to see, like what level of mental perspectives, what sort of things will we need to start to rethink and reestablish in our mind. But oftentimes people will mention something like, I like to have this, or, I gotta have my drink, or, I don't have it all the time, but, I like to go to this restaurant or have this food, and they'll kind of smile, okay, and kind of, laugh about it. And then I'll also ask about, nutrition in general, and then I'll get a response like, I like to eat good, and then I'll ask for clarification. And sure enough, what they mention is not actually good, but it's something that they've identified as good. And so how you see something is going to affect how you respond to it. Like, you can't say, I want to get healthy, but the thing that you're identifying as good is actually making you unhealthy. And that's a huge roadblock and something that is extremely common. You have to be open to seeing the thing that is harming you as being harmful. If not, you're going to continue to go towards it. And one of the challenges in this area is that oftentimes these unhealthy foods are tied to comfort that we need. They're tied to our human need for comfort. Like, we need comfort, But because it's something that we need, the things that are vital for us, these things we need to go to God for. The Bible talks about seek first the kingdom of God and His righteousness. Seek God's way of doing it. And the thing is that because we're all individuals, we're different, and our circumstances change. We're consistently experiencing something new or different. No matter how much you might think that it's the same thing. I'm thinking about somebody that often answers me that way. What's going on? Same old, And it's like, no, it actually is not. Like, there's different things going on. It's just our ability to see it. And that's why it's so important to bring God in and allow Him to lead this thing. And the thing is that because it's new, it's going to be in a way that you didn't know or you're not aware of. Like, He's constantly opening up and showing me things that are on the inside of me as I'm, walking through life. He's constantly showing these things that I didn't see before, or things that now I'm ready to see, whatever it might be. We have to keep Him connected, because as He shows us these things, He also gives us this cocoon of protection and comfort to be able to handle the reality of that thing. And that's why He's so necessary. When I say keep God involved, I'm not talking about find a couple of scriptures that that are popular to you or whatever, and you quote them and say, yeah, I believe in you, God, and then you're going about your way. And you're like, yeah, well, I just want to have a little bit of this, or I just want to drink a little bit of this, or I just want to go over here. Well, I don't think it's that bad. It's not for you to judge whether or not it's good or bad, but is it appropriate for that time? Is it conducive with health? And the thing is that health, those things that are going on the inside, everything that's involved in your current state, God knows. He knows the twists and turns. And so He not only gives you wisdom, He gives you strength, and like I said, He gives you that comfort to receive those new perspectives. He'll help comfort you when you can't get to that food anymore. You know what I mean? He'll give you new desires, which has been huge for me. He'll show you different ways of perceiving things that enable you to walk it out. And based on your particular design, which is what He did, He's the one that designed it. And so really, you all, that's really the only way to heal. You know, we want to have some structured 12-step program, and that's fine. You know, he can maneuver through different, natural programs or things that are maybe even rooted in him. Maybe it was something that he really started, the vision he put on the inside of somebody. Yeah, great. But don't get so stuck to the natural thing, because God has something individual for each and every one of us. Like if two people are going to fix a particular thing, say maybe a piece of equipment or something, each one of those individuals, the goal is to go towards something that is, to go towards the same thing, but they're each going to address that thing in a different way. Even if we look at something simple like picking it up, two people moving a piece of equipment or furniture, they're both focused on the same goal. They have the same goal to move that furniture to a particular place. However, where they're standing, the place that they pick it up, okay, it's all going to be different. You're moving something downstairs, one person might be holding the lower end, one person might be holding the higher. It's the same goal. So I say that to say that it's individualized. And so you're going to need him to walk you through. And these places of comfort, when we don't have those things that we go to, when we get that epiphany, right, God brings that awareness to us, we're going to need something to fall back on. And he's the only one that can give us all those things. So don't be religious about it. Don't look at how somebody else does it, but be honest with yourself. And like I said, just be straight up with God and let him in first. Let him in first. Give him the first of your day, the beginning of your day. Give him the first, because is that going to benefit? Like, is what God have going to change if you give him the first or whatever? No, what he has is still going to be there. Like, it's not going to be him. It's going to be you that benefits from it. Like us bringing him in, it's just going to be our benefit. Like, I mean, let's just keep it real. So you all keep him involved and understand that this change in your perspective has to take place in order for you to stop going back and forth. You're seeing something that is good as being bad. You're seeing something as bad as being good. But God can flip that around and understand that, look, he's going to give you something that'll comfort you better than food, alcohol, drugs, activities. Something that lasts, something that is steady, something that's consistent. Okay? And we can be encouraged in that. So just want to remind you of that, you all. And if you want to set up a program or work with me in regards to designing a program for you, I'd enjoy doing that, okay? But yeah, you can use the links below. Reach out to me, even if you have a question. Sometimes I'll speak to individuals, and I love when someone comes up and they're like, Janelle, I don't have the resources right now, to be able to get the services, but what would you recommend in regards to this? And that person takes that one free session, that one consultation, that they take everything that they get from that one appointment, and they start to use it and follow up with me like, hey, Janelle, this was working. Hey, this is what happened. And I'm like, that's it. I mean, that's awesome when someone actually used something to help their health. And that health allows them to be free as they walk out on this earth. And your loved ones don't have to have grief about your health and dementia and all the medications and the worry and the concern and the staying up. I mean, you can put that energy into something else, like helping somebody else and allowing your gifts to flow without the restrictions of negative malfunctions of your body, do what you're capable of doing. And so if you want to get a program set up like that for yourself, or you just want to do a consultation and have some questions, feel free to reach out to me, okay? All right, help as much as I can. You all have a blessed day. Talk to you later. Bye.